So I gotta say it, Etheria Restart is fucking awesome. If you are, like me, a day one HSR player that quit the game completely after the Castor's global passive thing went through, then you are most likely gonna like Etheria. It's a turn-based RPG that's set in a futuristic sci-fi world. The game itself has pretty unique aesthetics, and not gonna lie, I kinda like them. It's a seriously a breath of fresh air than all the games that try to copy Hoyoverse's art style, and while the graphics aren't the sharpest, at least on phone, but they are still very good in my opinion, and XD, can you give at least mouths to the NPCs? This shit reminds me of Slenderman. Well, coming to my experience in the final test, it was okay. Even though I played half of it on my Android device, I think it was still holding on pretty nicely in terms of frame rate, though I had some slight twitches here and there, but I understand that it's a release, so any optimization issues will probably be fixed in the future patches. Well, after clearing out the prologue, you are greeted with the gacha and you have a 100% chance of getting this Phoenix lady in the tutorial, and after that you have a new player banner that will let you choose a character from a pretty diverse roster, and you are guaranteed to obtain that character after 30 pulls. And did I mention that this game doesn't have 50-50 and no weapon banner? Yeah, you are guaranteed to get the limited unit within 100 pulls. And while having that high PT can be a turnaround for some players, trust me, I done the important math, and having 100 pulls guaranteed PT is better than having 180 guaranteed PT. So in the long run, I think that low spender players will have a lot of fun in this one. Also, did I tell ya that there is a PvP mode in this game? And before you go ahead and say, but Rin, this is a gacha game, so it's gonna be a pay to win hell. But here is where I go and say, nah. The extra copies of the characters are turned off in this game mode, so the only aspects that would decide of you losing or winning is the elemental advantages and your equipment luck. Yeah, unfortunately there is a gearing system in this game, and you are able to buy stamina and farm extra relics with said stamina, so I guess it can be a little pay to win if you think about it that way while thinking about PvP. There are even talks of a whole official PvP esports league being live after the game releases, and I'm kinda hyped to see. Another cool thing I noticed in my time of playing this game is that it has a guild system with raids, and to my astonishment, you are able to request extra copies of a 5-star character from your guild members, which is absolutely shocking for me. I can see a potential of being able to make a couple of accounts and roll extra copies of characters to then give your main account these copies. And one thing I'm gonna say, if this makes the cut to the final game version, it's gonna be pretty wild. Keeping into combat, you will probably notice the lack of energy bar on any of your characters. That's because all your units' skills are tied to a cooldown instead of energy bars or skill points, and even though I spent more time with Star Rail's combat system as of now, I gotta say that I very much prefer Etheria's systems, because firstly, you don't need to stress over if your unit is gonna need energy recharge stats, and secondly, energy-based ultimate skills always feel kinda off in a turn-based RPG. I know that most of people who played Star Rail are probably not gonna agree with me on this one, since this is their first and probably only turn-based RPG, and that's fine, but you really gotta try something else to understand how good other things can be. And I think a massive amount of HSR fans will give Etheria a chance when it comes out, just cause it's the same genre, and hopefully they will realize why Etheria's combat system feels so much better than HSR's. And finally, we got some negatives that I need to talk about. Firstly, when you decide to farm some materials and you auto-deploy, why not just fast forward the clears instead of auto-battling these? Like, it would save 15 minutes of players' daily time if you just gave the players the resources when they auto-farm. My second complaint will be the UI, which is kinda hard to traverse. Like, I couldn't find my daily stuff till my 4th day in the game, and overall it just kinda feels not very friendly to navigate in some areas. But that's maybe me having a skill issue in the terrain orientation like Zoro from One Piece. Well, thanks so much if you made it to this point of the video, guys. If you did, then that means you liked what you just watched. So consider subscribing since I wanna reach 1000 subs this year, liking the video, checking out some of my other materials that you might be interested in, and if you disliked my format, then give me some honest feedback on what I can do to improve my content, and I will hopefully see you next time. Take care.